And now I'd like to invite Mitzi forward to share with us more about gratitude and stewardship.
I spoke with someone recently about how odd and sad the restrictions of the pandemic were making me feel, and she made a very apt observation. She had come to view this time as a period of nearly universal loss and grief. Our lives had been upended, and the things we did, the places we went, the people we interacted with, all of the normalcy were just gone, immediately, suddenly. So many of the things that made up the normal routine of our lives have been missing, most especially our human interactions. We all sort of collectively experience the "you don't know what you have till it's gone" kind of feeling, not because we didn't appreciate those things, but because we didn't realize how much we appreciated them. One of the things that I have missed so very much during the pandemic is going to church. It was my weekly touchstone, a chance to gather with the people of St. Timothy's, to sit quietly and listen to the lessons in the sermon, sing hymns of praise and joy, take communion, teach Sunday school, and talk to people. Ask how they were doing, tell them how I was doing, laugh at something funny, hug someone who was going through a tough time. Even though I have always valued the time that I spent at St. Tim's, I guess I didn't realize how much I depended on it until I didn't have it anymore. And so 7 long months ago, we had to stop our usual way of worshiping. We had to stop coming to the church for meetings and other gatherings. We had to stop all of these things so we could stay healthy and stay alive. But as the bishop has reminded us, the church is not closed. Our church is not closed. The work of St. Timothy's continues, despite the challenging circumstances. St. Timothy's is a church of action, and that action goes on. We are a roll-up-your-sleeves-and-get-busy kind of church. This action-oriented ethos was brought home to me recently. One of my roles at St. Tim's is creating and editing the Angler, our parish's newsletter. When I was putting the current issue together, I ended up with more content than I had room for. This issue includes pieces on the More book read, the recent Alpha and the Way of Love Zoom courses, updates on the food ministries that St. Timothy's supports, what our Invite, Welcome, Connect team is doing these days, the kickoff of our annual stewardship campaign, which is why I'm speaking to you today, the in-person worship guidelines, Wednesday morning Bible study, the fall's adult forum schedule, the notary services available at St. Timothy's during the election season, the Black Lives Matter vigils that St. Timothy is supporting through our ministry on racial reconciliation, and on and on. There was so much stuff to include that I ran out of room. Sorry, Joy. I even added 4 more pages, and there still wasn't enough room to cover all the things that the members of St. Timothy's are involved in. That is because St. Timothy's is not closed. It is not just a building. St. Timothy's is the people who are its members. We have the most incredible collection of souls here, all of whom love St. Tim's in their own ways and bring all sorts of different gifts to our church. That is why we can do all the things we do to spread the gospel and try to act in the way Jesus calls us to act. However, we need to remember that St. Timothy's has a building. This building is what drew us together in the first place. It holds so many memories of our time together, the fellowship we have enjoyed, the happy and the sad events that have brought us together. This building holds many things that are precious to us. Most importantly, our amazing and wonderful clergy and staff, and the beautiful spaces where we will gather again soon. This building also requires maintenance and repair. It requires the third leg of yet another stool, this one held up by our time talent, and yes, treasure. When colleges and universities had to close down this spring because of the pandemic, it wasn't long before complaints were heard from students and their parents about wanting to be reimbursed because the students weren't getting the full experience of college by taking classes virtually. This struck me as very short-sighted. No one wanted the students to forego the usual way students attend college, complete with all the benefits of an in-person college experience. But these institutions still have to pay their faculty and staff, pay the utility bills, their internet provider, maintain and repair their facilities and grounds, fix leaky roofs, heating and cooling systems, and all other manner of things. They had to keep everything going, so they were ready when the students came back. And so it is with us. It takes money to keep everything operating at our church, even during this time when we can't be together. Please prayerfully consider what you are able to pledge to St. Timothy's for this coming year to support all of the things that help us maintain our vitality as a parish and help us continue the action we take in Jesus' name.